So here we are. This is the Jagati verse, quite long verse, 16 verses. The last two are Trishtup, and generally it is Jagati. Jagati is the longest meter in the Veda. It is 12 syllabic padas, 4 syllabic padas, yes, iambic. So like this, Imam stomam arhate jata veda se. This is iambic rhythm. Ratham ivasam mahema manishaya. I'm just kind of exaggerating to feel the rhythm. Badrahinach pramatich asya samsadi agne sakhye marishama vayam tava. This is according to Chandas. So let's look into this hymn verse by verse. Imam stomam arhati jata veda se. Ratham iva sammahema manishaya bhadrahinach pramatich asya sansadi. This sandhi. Agne sakhye marishama vayam tava. So I'm typing both Padapatha also below, split on padas, as it is recited by the in the Gurukulas by Brahmins. So the split on the words is important for us because then we see properly the words. Yeah? Sometimes by sandhis we can read them differently, but here everything becomes clear for those who study Sanskrit, of course. So here we are. This is the omniscient who knows the law of our being and is sufficient to his works. Interestingly, immediately we have this duality of the Veda, to have knowledge and power, capacity to manifest that knowledge. Yes, he is the omniscient who knows the law of our being and is sufficient to his works. Let us build the song of his truth by our thought and make it as if a chariot on which we shall mount. When he dwells with us, then happy wisdom becomes ours. With him for friend, we cannot come to harm. Such a beautiful vision here. So ours becomes wisdom when he dwells within us. He is the power charged with consciousness, with knowledge. So, Imam Stomam, this Stoma, Arhate, to the one who is worthy of it, Jata Vedase, to the one who knows all the births, Ratham Iva, as if the chariot, Sammahema, may we. The word mach is very interesting, it has many word meanings. Elate, gladden, exalt, arouse, excite, magnify, honor, revere, rejoice, delight in, give, bestow. So here is give, bestow in our hymn, in the number 6, we will come to it again. Mahema, actually it is something like, though Sri Aurobindo translates here as if, as make, and make it as if a chariot. It is like everything, not making, but all these meanings, if you can combine, rejoice, delight in, or give, or bestow, or arouse, excite. Yeah, so if I say this, arouse, totally excite him with our thought of wisdom. Yeah? The chariot, as if the chariot, we make him or we make him rise with our thought. Yeah. On which we shall mount. It is understood that thought is for us to, or this, the chariot for us is to mount on it in order to cross over the dangerous and places where there is no consciousness and where there is darkness, but we have to travel and to reach to our goal. So we cannot transform everything on the way, and so we need the chariot to fly over, to be safe in our journey. And our journey is surrounded by the places which are dangerous for us, can gobble us, can take us in, and we can be lost there. So this stoma, this self-asserting of the flame to him who knows all the births, who is worthy, we arouse, we establish, make with our thought of wisdom totally as if the chariot. It's a very common comparison in the Veda. In other place, the Rishi says that I created this hymn like the carpenter creates the chariot, yes, to rise to heaven. So this is the same idea. This chariot is needed as a vehicle which will help me to rise to highest consciousness in myself. So we, with our wisdom or with our desire to find the highest mentality, manisha, it's an interesting word. There are many translations of it, one of which is wisdom and so on. But literally it is something which is seeking the mental realization. With a power which is seeking mental realization, we build up this chariot as if on which we will rise to heaven, as it were. Bhadrahinach pramatich asya samsadi, in our total and complete and perfect situations, seating, literally samsadi, in the assembly of his, or with him, asya samsadi, in his total and complete and perfect sitting, bhadra, the blissful pramatih, our thought forward, becomes. Now this pramatih I was mentioning before, there are three words, pramati, anumati, and sumati. Here we are coming to pramati. We had sumati before, yes, perfect mentality. Now we have pramati. It's not the perfect mentality, but it is blissful aspiration. Yeah? In his absolute settlement in us, we gain this perfect aspiration or blissful aspiration to the divinity, because he is the flame of that aspiration. He generates in us the desire to aspire to higher mentality, pramati, forward, moving forward. This movement forward is actually aspiration, if you think of it. Yeah, you don't want to aspire to something which is backward, yeah? You aspire always to something which is forward, unknown, is not yet realized. Movement forward is that idea. Agne Sakhye, Sakhye Marishama Vayam Tava. And in your friendship, Sakhya is friendship. Literally, Sakha is the friend, Sakhya, friendship. It is built from two words, Sa, Kha. Yeah, Kha is space, Sa, together. Those who share the same space, or those who share the same context, house, place, home. So in your kind of sharing the same space, being in proximity to you, with you, being close to you, may we never get harmed, Rishama. It's a Vedic word. The Rish means to be harmed, to be hurt, even to be lost. May we never be lost in proximity with you. So most probably not lost as such, but maybe we should not be lost in connection to you. May our connection stay constant with you. For him, for friend, we cannot come to harm. That's with him, for friend, as Srivendra translates. Okay, I'm going to the next verse. Yasmai Tuvam, Yasmai Tuvam was probably, Yasmai Tuvam Ayajase Sa Sadhati, Anarvaksheti Dadhate Suviriyam, Satutava Nainam Ashnoti Amhatih Agnesakhe Marishama Bayam Tava. I want to ask you, some of you know Sanskrit, yes? To a certain extent. Kinshuk, you know Sanskrit?
Not at all. No.
I would need somebody with Sanskrit knowledge to a certain extent. Jayashri, no? To appreciate the beauty of the words, the selection of the words by Rishi. You know?
I studied some Sanskrit, but not like, Vedic Sanskrit.
Yes, Vedic is quite...
Yes.
And still there are elements of classical Sanskrit. Classical Sanskrit took everything from the Vedic, only restricted it in usage. This twist of ayajase is very interesting. Yasmai, to whom tvam ayajase. Sri Aurobindo translates, whosoever makes him his priest of the sacrifice. And that is actually very interesting. There is more to it, which I cannot even maybe fully express. Yajati is sacrificing. Yajate is sacrificing for himself, or himself is the sacrificer. So for whom you are yourself are priest, yes? So you yourself a priest to whom, yes? So that is what, for whom you are sacrificing, or Agni, with the aim to get the fruit of sacrifice for yourself, not for the Yajamana. Yeah? So you are sacrificing, in whom you are sacrificing for yourself, or Agni. Yeah? He succeeds. This is interesting. Yeah? Twist. It's not he is sacrificing it for the man in whom he is doing it. He is doing it for himself in man. And when he does it in him, then man succeeds. Only then. Anarva, Anarvan, the one who is invincible. Ksheti, he dwells. Dadhate Suviryam, establishing or getting the perfect power. Satutava, he kind of exalts in his power. Nainam Ashnoti Amhatih, and him, the Amhati, the despair, the darkness, the narrowness of consciousness cannot consume. Agne Sakhe Marishama Vayam Tava. It is with him for friend we cannot come to harm. Okay, did I read Sri Aurobindo's? I didn't finish. Whosoever makes him his priest of the sacrifice reaches the perfection that is the fruit of his striving. And it's not clear whose, yes? Here. A home on a height of being where there is no warring and no enemies. He confirms in himself an ample energy. He is safe in his strength. Evil cannot lay its hand upon him. With him for friend, we cannot come to harm. But there is constant presumption of facing dangers, yes, and harm, darkness. Amhati. Amhati is from Amh root. From here, Amhas. Yes, Amhas is darkness. It's from here another word, Ahi. Ahi is a python. That very python who squeezes you and makes very narrow space for you to be. So darkness is considered to be narrowing consciousness, luminosity to the darkness. Yeah. So this Amhati is kind of narrowing, squashing our light to darkness. And that cannot gobble, cannot partake of him who exalts in his strength, tutava, from root two, to be strong. Perfect. What this first phrase, Yasmai Tvam Ayaja Se Sa Sadhati, Yasmai Tvam Ayaja Se Sa Sadhati, reminds me of what Mother says, that there will be a time when you discover that actually the whole yoga for you is done by me, yeah? By the divine. It is the divine who is doing yoga for you. You think that you are doing something, but it's in spite of you the yoga is done. You are resisting every time you can. And the divine is doing it for you from the heart, from the depth of your heart. So here is a similar idea. It is for whom he, the Agni, the flame in the heart, does the sacrifice, he indeed succeeds. If he himself would do it, a human being, it would not be successful. It needs the sanction, it needs the presence of the divine. So only by Brahman you can realize Brahman, as it is said. Yeah? Only by the divine you can realize the divine. So we have to only allow it to work. We should not obstruct him in our heart. And for that we need peace and equanimity and equality, all those qualities which we acquire through yoga, to allow that flame to come to the front. All right, I'm going forward. Number 3. Shakema tva samidham sadhaya dhyach tuve devaharich adanti ahutam tuvam adityan avaha tan tvam adityan avaha tan hi ushmasi agne sakhi marishama vayam tava. Shakema tva samidham. This is the fire of our sacrifice. May we have strength to kindle it to its height, Sri Bindu says. Samidham, total kindling of you, Shakema. May we be able, literally 3 words. Sri Bindu translates the whole sentence. May it perfect our thoughts. Sadhaya dhyach. So we have to put comma here. Shakema tva samidham. Sadhaya dhyach. So may we succeed in kindling you. Lead us to the goal. Lead our thoughts to the goal. Or literally, lead our fixations, our meditations our concentrations on you to the goal. So we have to give him our concentration. Yes, it is the same as in Gayatri Mantra, Dhiyo Yonav Prachodayat, who moves our dhiyah, our fixations, our concentrations, meditations forward. So here also, Sadhaya, lead them, our thoughts, our higher meditations forward. Tuve deva havir adanti ahutam. In you the gods consume adanti, the offering totally offered. Tuvam adityan avaha. Bring the Adityas here. Tan hi ushmasi. Those we desire them, the Adityas, the transcendental godhoods, Agne Sakhi Ma Rishama, Agne Sakhi Ma Rishama Vayam Tava. Maybe, yes, with the Hmf Rv we cannot come to harm. In his friendship, in your friendship, literally, Tava Sakhi, we will never come to harm. So interesting that in him all the gods consume the offering, so bring to us the highest consumers, as it were, the Adityas, the transcendental powers of the Divine Mother, Aditi. Yes, bring to us, because we desire them, Ushmasi. We want them. This is from Ruth Vashvashti, the second class. We will command, desire, wish, long for, fond of, like, because we like them. We want them. Yes.
I have a question. This Adantya means with tooth or without tooth?
Where? Yes, it's from ad. Root ad, to eat.
Okay.
Adanti, it is second class root.
Okay. Okay.
Atti, attach, adanti. So adanti is interesting root. It's good that you've brought it to our attention, because from this aditi is built, yeah? From root ad. Not from aditi, diti, aditi. It is from ad, to consume, to enjoy. I do not know what else is there behind. Why Aditi, the Divine Mother, the infinite consciousness, bliss, and power, is made from this root ad. Yeah? Literally the consumer, the one who eats everyone. Eating has this connotation of enjoyment and also transformation and identification with, yes, total identification. Eating is becoming one with, literally. In this world of division, eating is the only way to express oneness. Yeah? So the animal catches the prey, he wants to become one with that prey, or that prey doesn't want to become one with the attacker, but in that form. It would rather be in the consumer form than consumed. But still, the oneness is maintained by interaction, or by penetration of one and the other. Everything is consuming everything. This is an amazing device in the world of time and space and division, how oneness is maintained on the physical level. That is consuming, making oneself. I take something and make it myself. I take the energy of it and consume it. So this kind of flow of energy constant is needed. Yeah? It is the way how this world is maintained as one. So Aditi is from that root, holding oneness through interconnection of energies.
I just wanted to bring one more thing up since
Yeah.
you said that. So I think quite a few times Mother has mentioned this uh, snake eating the frog or the tiger eating the prey. So it's a situation of just as the tiger wants to eat the prey also wants to be eaten. And there is this moment where uh,
It
that
agrees. Yeah.
it agrees and then the unification takes place, something like that.
Yes, yes, absolutely. This is a very, very, yes, this is the very passage where this unification is taking place, where the, and many times it happens that the prey was caught and prey agreed to be eaten, to be finally consumed, and then it was left to live, and it couldn't live. It gave up already. Interestingly, there is some kind of agreement that that is taken, and also this play of the cat and mouse. There are many things which we don't understand totally. Yes, we look at it from our mental point of view of harm and
So when we are resisting yoga, maybe what we are really resisting is to be eaten. We don't want to be eaten.
absolutely. You found the answer. We want to be what we are. Yeah? We don't want to be changed. We don't want to be pervaded, penetrated by some energy. God knows what will happen to us. Yes. Hmm. That is the egoism. Yes. That's what resists to be eaten. It doesn't resist to eat, actually. But
The the image of this Ouroboros is also same, no, Vladimir? I mean, the snake eating its tail,
yes.
very symbolic.
Yes, snake eating his tail. Yeah, I thought that Kinshuk wasn't saying that, but then when he said about frog, I understood that he meant something.
And
But yes, eating its tail, it's exactly that oneness. It- Everything which started somewhere has to end there. It's all one. The energy has to flow. It's one energy. From form to form, all the forms cannot sustain themselves because they are partial forms in time and space. They are not perfect yet. The energy is to flow, the forms are to change. The time is pushing everything to change. So how will it change if it will not consume? There is no other way.
and is it similar to what Gurjeev mentions, like no, the transformation happening?
I'm not sure what you refer to. Can you be more specific?
He kind of breaks down everything at different levels, and then each becoming a food. Um, I vaguely remember.
Yeah, we are made from this food. Actually, if you look at our life, in a way, it's very true. Ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannam. Yeah? Ahamannado, hamannado, hamannadaha. So I am food, I am food, I am food. What does it mean? 3 times. It's for all levels. I am food. Yeah, I am food on the mental, on the vital, and on the physical level. Why? Because I took it from the resource, from the source of Aditi. Yes, I took all those resources, my mental thoughts, my vital feelings, my physicality is taken from the environment. I am food. I was food before, I go into food after. So I live by food also. So this is the revelation of Taittiriya. But yes, but I'm also the eater of food on each of the levels, interestingly. So I'm the food and the eater of food. At aham prathamajaretasya, I am firstborn. Purvam devebhyo amritasya nabhaye, before the gods, in the navel of immortality. Yoma dadati saideva mavaha, who gives me, who sacrifices me, he is nourishing me. Ahaman naman namadantamadmi, I am food which consumes the eater of food. Whoa. And this is something on the Aditi level. So
Is this from Shatpatha Brahman?
this is from Taittiriya, the
Okay.
end of Taittiriya, Bharagavalli.
Okay.
The whole revelation of food, this was the crescendo of the whole Taittiriya Upanishad. So this ad root is loaded, yeah? Aditi, annam. Annam means eatable. If you think of it, what is eatable, literally? Yeah? Eatable because there is energy involved. We are not eating the matter. Matter is the carrier, the form. We need energy to live. Energy has to flow, and matter stops it from flowing. So we have to break that form in order to get to the energy. Mother was describing this phenomenon, very unusual, very rare occultistic power of Amla. You remember Amla in Algeria with Max Deon. What she was doing, she was taking the orange or apple. I don't remember apple, it seems. Yeah.
With the grapefruit, I think.
Or maybe grapefruit. Maybe not to be
Very close.
forgotten. But she was putting on the plexus solaris. Was that this what you're mentioning? Yeah, putting on the plexus solaris without consuming it through the mouth, and that thing was, the energy was taken directly from the fruit. Unbelievable. This is the power. Huh?
And amazingly, the fruit was collapsed.
Yeah.
I think that's the description, that it was fully absorbed, like physically. Yes.
Uh-huh. It lost its kind of sustenance, its energy. And why we like fresh fruits and not kind of decaying and old fruits? Because they lose their energy. Slowly they give energy away to the air, to the around surrounding. Their heat is given away for other energies which are needing it in the passing. So everything is in the passing, giving its energy to everything. This is the vision of the sacrifice, the vision of oneness. This is Aditi. All right. And we want them, Adityas. We want those powers which will create for us the fullness of expression of the divine. And then, verse number 4. Bharama, bhare madha mam, krinavama havim shite, chitayantach parvana vayam. It's like in body lit the sacred flame. Parvana. This kind of diction, this syntax is taken from the Vedic language, actually. It's a very kind of high royal language, yes. But repeating it, dine, parvana, means from time to time, from full moon to full moon, yeah? Something like this. So bharema idmam, bhare medhamam krinavama havim shite, chitayantach parvana vayam jivatave prataram sadhayadhiyo agne sakhye marishama vayam tava. Let us gather fuel for it, bharema or bharama idmam. Idmam is fuel for it. Krinavama havim shite, and let us prepare for it the offerings. Or for it means for him, for you literally. Te, for him, sorry, for you the offerings. Chintayantach, sorry, Chitayantach, this is Vedic. Chintayantach would be classical. Chitayantach parvana parvana vayam. Let us make ourselves conscious, Chitayantach, of the jointings. The word is jointing, of the connectivity in time, most probably, yes, of its times and its seasons. It's kind of ancient word, jointing. So Parvan is usually the full moon. Yeah? Let me check. Somehow I'm in doubt now. I think so. Parvan is used also as a book, as a leaf, not joint, yeah, break, pause, division, section, yeah, like a book also because of this section, yeah. So Parvan is a section by section, yes. May we be conscious, time by time, place by place, step by step, if you will. In every moving forward, may we stay conscious. Jivatave, and to live, prataram, forward. Sadhaya dhyach, again sadhaya. Bring our fixations, concentrations, meditations forward to the goal. Agne sakhye marishamavayam tava. With him for friend we cannot come to harm. Okay, I will read Sri Aurobindo's. Let us gather fuel for it. Let us prepare for it offerings. Let us make ourselves conscious of the jointings of its times and its seasons. It shall so perfect our thoughts, maybe it's a mistake, that they shall extend. Perfect. It shall so perfect our thoughts that they shall extend our being and create for us a larger life. With him, for friend, we cannot come to harm. So perfect, that's how he translates sadhaya dhyach. So literally, may he bring our thoughts to the goal. And he translates it, it shall so perfect our thoughts that they shall extend our being and create for us a larger life. Notice, in one word, Sri Aurobindo gives the whole sentence. He gives that presumption which is there. Yes? So what does it mean to bring our meditations to the end of our journey, to the goal? It means this, that it should perfect our thoughts, our meditation, that they shall extend our being and create for us a larger life. Look how deep the presumption goes. Presumption is going so deep. What for we need actually to succeed in our meditations, yes? Because we want to extend our being and create a greater life for us, yes? Otherwise, why? Why to succeed at all in our meditations, in our higher thoughts? If not for that. This is what he does also in Savitri. He presumes many things, and not all of them are expressed. all his statements are full of these presuppositions, which if we understand, we really tap into the comprehension. We start understanding what he wants to say, rather than what he says. He says one thing, but he wants to say something which is not written there, which is presumed.
Can you give an example? Sorry.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's in every statement there is a certain presumption of knowledge, which you can start with the first line. It was the hour before the gods awake. What is the presumption of this phrase?
That we are in darkness and we are waiting for the inner powers are waiting to awaken.
Right, that the darkness was before the gods awake.
Yes.
And there is such an hour or the time, and that they must awake, and then they will do the whole work of transformation of the being, that the journey will continue with their awakening, and the
Yes.
human beings will go on their journey to the goal. That's what all he presumes in one phrase.
Yes, yes, yes. I get it. Thank you.
Mhm. Here the same, what he does. Notice, he unfolds this simple sentence, sadhayadhyah, lead our thoughts to the goal. He extends in this way. It shall so perfect our thoughts that they shall extend our being and create for us a larger life. This is a comprehensive mentality. This is how he thinks. We have to learn from him to think the same way. All right. Here are very interesting things also. Maybe bring the fuel and create or arrange the Havimshi, the offerings for you, the conscious Chitayantah, from joint to joint, from turn to turn on our journey, conscious, yeah? From every new movement for life,
Vladimir,
extension of life. Yeah, yes.
could it also that let us gather fuel and prepare for its offerings, the fuel and offerings? Could it be aspiration and surrender also?
Of course, they are part of this offering, because what is offering is that you already aspire. So the flame is to be kindled, and then the offering is to be made, put into this fire, cast into the fire, offered to Agni, because Agni connects this offering to all the divine powers. He represents all the divine powers in action here, in manifestation. This is his major role, to bring those. That's why he is Hotar. He is the summoner of the gods. He brings all the powers into action here. He knows who is to take what. He knows to whom this offering is to be given, offered. Who is in charge of this transformation. That's why we give it, our offering, to him, and he will summon the gods and give them the work to do. We cannot, sometimes rishis, of course, many times they offer directly to Indra, to Varuna, and so on. Yes, but it is implied that Agni is there, active already. The gods cannot come to us without him. The divine forces cannot be activated here without him acting already, flaming in us. He is the gateway. Without him there is no sacrifice, Sri Aurobindo says. Without Agni there is no transformation, no change, no life. Such a loaded image, yeah? Right, okay. I had some other thoughts on this, but they are gone. Visham Gopa Asyacharanti Jantavah. Or maybe we will stop here, yeah? Or I will read, since I already started. Visham Gopa Asyacharanti Jantavah Dvipatchaya Uta Chatushpat Aktubhih Chitrach Praketa Ushasach Mahan Asi Agne Sakhe Marishama Vayantava. This is a refrain constantly. Agne Sakhe Marishama Vayantava. So you are the protector, Gopa, of light of all who came into existence, into this manifestation in time and space, Visham, of all the peoples, of all the populations here, and not only um, human beings, but all the creatures, who entered, who are born here in the body. Visham, Gopa, you are the protector. Gopa is usually a protector, guardian, but it is Gopa, protector of light. Notice. So you are the protector of light of all of those who entered here. Asya Charanti Jantavach. Interesting, the word Jantavach, shepherd of all these herds, of all the Jantus, of all who took the birth in the physical body. Dvipacha ya utacha tushpad aktubhih, of the Dvipat and also of Chatushpad, who move here, aktubhih. Literally, all that is born moves by his rays and is compelled by his flame, both the two-footed and the four-footed creatures. We spoke about two-footed and four-footed before. Sri Aurobindo gives a footnote there for these. He says that pad is not necessarily a foot, but could be the level of consciousness. And there are two different approaches to the creatures here. One is Dvipat, and that means the psychic being and the unborn self, Jivatma and Antaratma. This is Dvipat. So the projection of the unborn self into the midst of this manifestation, psychic. And Chatushpat. Chatushpat is 4 levels. That environment about which we spoke as food, we take physical, vital, mental, and supramental environment. These are the environments from which we build our bodies. But Dvipad is not about building bodies. It's a connection with the divine. Dvipad is a human being, interestingly, because it has 2 feet, and Chatushpat is the animal because it has 4 feet, and it fits very well in this other idea of that for the human beings, the most important is the inborn self and Jivatma and Antaratma. And for the other creatures, the environment is the most important, from which they live, for which they are food. So these two constitute actually fullness of the Vedic vision of all the creatures, all the manifestations, yes, inborn soul and all the levels of evolution. This is such a beautiful, simplistic kind of word, Vipat Chatushpad, but they cover all. Chitrach Praketach. This is the
Sorry, Vladimir.
Yes.
What did you say for Dvipad? I missed that. One is the psychic, the other is the divine.
Yeah, Jivatma and Antaratma. Yeah. Jivatma is
Okay.
above the head, the
Okay.
witness Purusha,
Okay.
the delegate of whom is Antaryamin, Angushthamatra Purusha,
Okay.
Hridibhumaya. He is representative in time and space of that unborn self, and they are both here. One is connected to the other. This is Dvipad.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
So this is the rich and great thought awakening to the dawn within. Chitrach praketach ushasach mahan asi. You are great of the dawn, luminous and thought awakening. That's how it translates praketach. Interesting. Always kind of has tendency to translate things psychologically. Praketa could be also the one who represents also the light of the dawn. He is the messenger or duta, the one who before the dawn comes, he is already there. Yeah? He is not indicated. There is some right word for this. It's something similar what we do in Auroville when we have these, bonfires in the morning, early in the morning, in the darkness we start to lit the fire, and then the dawn comes, arrives. He's there to announce the arrival of the dawn of the Divine Mother. He's her representative, a luminous representative, and great thought awakening of the dawn within. So dawn will come to him. He is calling her. He is the aspiration from within. She is the answer from above. The grace of the Mother. Dawn represents Aditi, the Divine Mother. All the great Adityas come with her. She is that. Yeah.
Vladimir, do you remember there was a photograph of an Auroville dawn bonfire in which the image of the mother was seen?
Oh yeah, somebody was making it. Maybe it's kind of an allusion of some kind, Kind of somebody
Anyway,
sees the mother in everything. I would love
Yes.
that.
The form suggested the form of the flame
Yes.
certainly suggested the mother in that case.
Yes, it's of the bhakti devotion. Got it on the because it's something what the bhakti movement of when you see the Krishna's presence in the tree, in the shade, in the sun, in the cloud. That's what Mirabai was singing, and Kabir. You could feel him present in the taste of the water. And this is the opening of the inner being, yes, seeing everything as the divine properties, the divine presence. And of course, yes, there must be so much in that place. So many times we missed the vision, and now we got it once on camera, and somebody noticed it's already pleasant. Yeah. I believe so. I really believe so that the divine is present everywhere. Only we are not able to see it. But there will be a time when we will be ready. Okay, we can stop here for today, yes, and continue from the next. So we covered 5 verses. If you have any burning questions or remarks, please, or clarifications needed. No? All right, then I will close with the mantra. Om Sarve Bhavanto Sukhinaha Sarve Santo Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyanto Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. But you can feel, yes, a different style of the Rishi, totally different vast and flowing. It's a bit not like Parashara Shakti was more like intense in each word, in each comparison. Here's something else. It's like you can breathe again, something. Each rishi has his own style. You will, after some time, you will start recognizing them, and even recognizing them when somebody will read to you, you will say, "Oh, this is Vasishta, definitely," because this is the style. He's never imposing the meanings. Yeah? Vasishta, for example. Vishwamitra is more like Kshatriya. He is more. You will see that it will be present in the diction.
So each rishi will come from a specific part of being them. Like
Each rishi has a special individual, yes, some personality, some character. So of course they will have that.
I was just thinking that is it like so for example Vashishta would come from the purified vital and like oneness from the vital, and other rishis could come from mental or something like that. No?
I think they are all evolutionary beings. They are coming from the highest level. They bring the knowledge, but they deal with different problems of our, how to say, journey. Yes, so they represent different victories of our difficult ascent. So they kind of show us the way or present this to us that we know how to deal with it, to human beings. And yes, some rishis worship, for example, Parashara was mainly focused on Agni. Kutsangirasa is known for being a disciple of Indra. Indra took him into his chariot to heaven, and even Sri Aurobindo compared Kutsa and Indra as Arjuna and Krishna. He makes this comparison in his essays on the Gita. He says similar to Kutsan Girasa with Indra, here we have similar situation, where Krishna is driving the chariot, and in chariot we have Arjuna. It's interesting. Yeah? Similar form used, or similar imagery is used from the Vedic times in the Gita. The Godhead driving the chariot and the soul sitting in the chariot. Again, the same idea. The Godhead is doing the yoga for us. We are seated there. All right. Okay, so we can stop here for today. Thank you and see you then. Yeah.